I'm Bevan Varland. I'm a chef, artist, and food for me represents laughter, enjoyment and family. Food should be creative, it should be full of heart, it should be punchy with flavour. I want to be able to link people back with their own food connection and help them become better cooks, better growers and enjoy their own food stories. I'm on a mission to show people how local, homegrown and sustainable food can be awesome.
Oh, g'day guys. Welcome back to Food to Eat. I'm Bev Varland. Hey, awesome episode this week. We're dealing with everything that I love to cook. Now, we're going to crack off and we're going to go with some amazing Asian mushrooms that we're going to whip together, this beautiful soupy noodly kind of mushroom awesomeness. Then we're going to jump into, we're going to do some roast chicken, we're going to do some slow roasted meat, and then I'm going to cook some amazing actual spring lamb. I want to show you the difference between a spring lamb and a lamb. You might go, what? Crazy. Stay tuned, really, really awesome. Then at the end, I want to get you guys together. We've been talking a long time down here at Food to Eat Land about what is it that a Jedi Knight eats. Well, we're going to tell you, folks. We're going to tell you the information is here, or the research is here. Jedi steak coming at you. Let's get going. G'day guys, we're cooking beautiful mushrooms straight from Mittagong. Look at these little babies here. We've got a lovely selection. We've got some beautiful King George, some shiitake, some oyster and some Namenko mushrooms. So a lot of different flavors and textures that we're going to use. It's a really, really basic, savory, soupy, noodly mushroom treat. Let's get cracking. Okay, in here, we've got a little bit of chicken stock. We've got about half a litre in there. We've got it nice and warm. All I want to add into that is a little bit of coconut cream. Mushrooms and coconuts go really well together. Right, also in there, it's a simple little broth. Chili flakes, just to give it a bit of bite, a little bit of zing, that's what we like. Next one, minced ginger. Crushed minced ginger is perfectly fine. All it is for a flavour. All right, that's good. Got a rabid cockatoo over there, ready to go. Bit of pepper. Yes, I know, pepper. Here it comes. Bit of pepper in there. Okay, love it. And a little bit of salt, of course. Last little thing, couple little sage leaves, just to give it a flavour. Again, fragrance and flavour. One cinnamon stick. In she goes. That's basically the start of our soup. You can see in there the beautiful flavours in there and the colour is going to come out. One last little thing, just got this beautiful nori seaweed. Bit of seaweed, pull it off. Just want a little section. You just want to rip him up and get him in there like that. That's going to be a flavour, it's going to be a texture, and it's going to be an extra added colour in there. There we go. All right, let's lid him. We're going to let him boil for a couple of moments. Then we're going to throw some noodles in there, so that'll be ready for the final garnish. Now it's time for our beautiful mushrooms. The trick with mushrooms, again, it's kind of like all these other items that we're using. We want to keep the flavours simple. We don't want to overwork things. And obviously, the best thing to go with mushrooms, in my opinion, is butter. So that's basically all it's going to be. We've got a few King Georges in there. We'll throw some beautiful oysters, really roughly chopped. Some Namenkos, let's just cut it off there. Beautiful, I like that. Some shiitakes. Again, just a couple of rough slices. That's pretty much all we want to do. Jump over here to our big fry pan. In here, some beautiful butter. Smear it all around like that. You can sort of see that smoke. I've already got that sort of a medium heat. All right, when she's going down like that, our lovely mushrooms go in right now. And they're just going to grill. I'm going to turn it up to high. They're just going to grill away in here. You can see in there already that they soften very quickly. The flavours come out of that as well. Okay, salt. So all we want to do is keep these flavours really simple in this dish. Pepper. Love it. A little bit of sage, because sage and butter go well together. So we're sort of using Asian mushrooms, butter and sage, which is really, really sort of Tuscany sort of flavour. Bit of sage in there. All right, go. Yeah. All right. We're just going to let that sit for about 2 minutes. So it's going to reduce a little bit. Flavours are going to come out of all those little orifices of those mushrooms. Okay, our little soup is almost to the boil. Great opportunity now to put in our noodles. We've got just a beautiful soup noodle, which is an udon noodle. Let's throw him in there. Just put him in there. He's just going to soften. He's going to take a couple of moments. Let's just put him under the stock. That's great. Cool. Whack that lid back on. 3 or 4 more minutes, that'll be ready. Our mushrooms are almost going here. Last little thing I want to do here is just a slice of red capsicum. Just want to give it an extra colour, a little bit of zing. It's going to match with that red and the green that's in the sage. Just want to really quickly a little dice like that, straight in. We sort of want the crunch of that, so that's really good. We'll just sort of flick that in through the butter and the sage and the mushrooms, so they're good. They're already cooked. I'm going to put them onto low and just let them sit there ready to go for our final garnish. So you've come back right at a great time. Everything's ready to plate. Let's turn our mushrooms off. You can see in there, they're nice and wilted and soft and beautiful. And the sage and the capsicum have got the smell. The butter have gone in, they're stunning. Our soup is done as well, which is perfect timing. So let's turn it off. Okay, we'll take that lid off. We'll get it out of our way, out of our situation. Right, you'll see with this one, let's just take it up to the back here. You can see in there the beautiful noodles and everything. We don't want to put all that in directly. So what we want to do is just sort of scoop out some noodles. We want to place it into our beautiful presentation bamboo bowl. All right, in like that. That's nice. Some noodles. That's going to be like our centerpiece of our mushrooms. In like that. It's lovely. Cool. There's a bit of seaweed in there. Let's throw that in there. A little bit more noodles. Beautiful. Okay. We want to leave the cinnamon in there, so let's just put a little bit of juices. There we go, that's nice. That's all we need. All right, you can see that beautiful softened soup. Mushrooms. All right. As you can see, this is the really simple meal. Let's just sort of sprinkle our mushrooms on top. Sprinkle them down like that. Sage, mushrooms. Get all those little Namenkos in there. That's good. Get our sage. I'm going to get a few nice leaves in there. And we'll sort of put a couple of leaves around the edges. That's just going to give a nice flavour, a little bit of height, a little bit of texture again. Put him up there. It's rustic, it's juicy, it's flavoursome. And I think that really showcases these amazing, beautiful Asian mushrooms. Welcome to Food to Eat, Bev Valen with you. Hey, thought I'd cook something really simple for you guys today, which is often a kitchen skill that is often overlooked. Now, all we're going to do literally is do a roast chicken. So we've got our lovely free range chicken here. Now, first things first, we want to prepare it. You can see there, those wings are tucked firmly underneath the back of the bird, which is really good. It gives you that nice sort of, gives you a nice stand there. Pick up the skin of the breast, and just run your fingers underneath that, and all that's going to be doing is, when we roast the bird and we put oil on the outside of the skin, it's actually going to make that nice and crispy. Now, you can actually stuff things in there. You can put citrus, you can put all sorts of things. You can put a bit of butter if you want. So here's the back of the bird. We've got the cavity obviously there. Half a lemon straight into the cavity like that. That's going to actually steam, all that lovely juice is going to come up. It's going to travel up through the top of that breast and make it all juicy. Right, a little bit of rosemary and a little bit of sage, straight from the garden. That's all we want to put in there. You could put a stuffing in there and all that sort of stuff. That's all I want to do is just that nice bit of flavour. Right, flipping back around, we want to put olive oil. A nice helping of olive oil all over the top of it. Beautiful, lovely. Nice. Then we want to crack some salt. And that is all you want to do to your bird. So rub it in a little bit. Okay. And that little bird there goes straight in the pan. Here's a little tip I want to show you when you're roasting your roast chicken at home. Now you can see here on the back of the bird that we've already stuffed. In this little piece of skin here, I put a little slit and I put the drumstick in, which pokes out the back. Now, when that goes into a nice hot oven and it starts to heat up, the skin will start to retract as it gets crispy. That's going to pull itself in like that, and it's going to envelope all those lovely stuffings in the back end. So our alarm's just gone off. The bird has been in there for an hour. Now the last 10 minutes I've actually hoiked the temperature up to about 200 degrees, so he's just going to get a bit more colour and a bit more crispiness. Let's open her up. Whoa. Here we go. All right. You can see we've got our, hang on, you're fogged up. You can see we've got our beautiful roast veggies in there ready to go. All right, look at that. Look at that for a magical bird. Look at that. Beautiful roasted chicken. There's our lovely bird. It's amazing. It's come straight out of the oven, and that's the best recipe you can find for doing your amazing roast chicken. Look at that. Now I'm going to serve that in a second, and you'll get to see the finished product. We're going to let that rest for about 5 minutes, and she'll be apples. Well, no, she'll be chicken, but you know. So there's our wonderful roast chicken. A little bit of gravy around there. Roast veggies. G'day guys. Welcome to Food to Eat. Bev Barlin with you. Hey, let's all have a big cheer for slow roasted meat. I love slow roasted meat. It's one of the best things in the world. Here we go. My boy's first birthday. We're whacking on some slow roasted meat that we're gonna eat in about 5 hours time. I've got some beautiful leg of lamb in there, rosemary, salt and pepper, and cumin on top. Excellent. Chickens. Beautiful little free-range chickens. Now, here's what's really cool. I've cut out some Valencia oranges. I've stuffed them down there. I've put in some pineapple sage from the garden, some oregano, some marjoram, and some fresh basil. Straight in there, all that juice is gonna cook around in there. And you can also see these funny lumps that are underneath the skin. I've pulled the skin up like that, and I've put some big chunks of orange straight in, so the juice is going to go into that breast meat. Gorgeous. Last one, my personal favourite, a slow roasted pork. All it's got on it is salt. So we're going to get that little baby really nice and warm, and then later on we're going to make some crackling. It's going to be stunning. Right guys, they're going to go in the oven. They're going to go in the oven at 120 degrees, and they're going to be in there for about 4 to 5 hours, and they're going to be awesome. Check back in 4 to 5 hours. Let's see how they go. Woohoo! Slow roasted meat! Guess who else loves slow roasted meat? Slow roasted meat! And you can't have slow roasted meat without gravy. Gravy. Homemade jus. G'day, so the meat's just come out of the oven. This lovely lady here and this lovely lady here are helping me pull the meat, and it's going to be awesome. Okay, let's get pulling.
Is this a competition? We could get it out first, you know. Good job.
And there you have it, pulled meat. Beautiful chicken. There is our lovely chicken and our orange, and there's our lamb, and there's our pork, and there he is.
Oh my God.
Pork crackling. We've got caramelised onions, we've got our salads here, roasted, and that's it. Pulled meat. Love it. What do you think about pulled meat, Michael?
Really good, really easy.
Pulled meat rocks.
Pulling meat is great.
Let's do that again. Pulled meat. How is it, Murray? Bloody beautiful. Pulled meat. Pulled meat. Pulled meat.
Perfect.
Pulled meat. Now, we got to film at my mate Michael's farm. He had some amazing lamb. Now, at the time, they were very young. So today, I'm doing Michael a very special Attard spring lamb with some lovely seasonal vegetables straight from my garden. So, let's jump straight in. This is a lovely leg which has come straight from Michael's spring lamb. Now, spring lamb and lamb, you might be saying, well, what's the difference? Well, it's really quite simple. Spring lamb is actually a proper lamb. It's a young sheep. Now, here in Australia, we often will have lamb or sheep referred to as lamb in a butcher. Now, what that actually means is that's lamb. Now, that could be anywhere from 6 months old to 18 years old. Who knows? Spring lamb, however, which is what the meat we're about to cook with is, spring lamb, however, is really unique because it is actually young lamb. You can see here, it's really pink. It's got a real nice bit of fleshiness to it, and it's going to be really sweet. Now, I know for a fact that this lamb has been treated really well by Michael. He farms this himself. The most beautiful sheep growing area you could imagine over in Riddles Creek. So I know this lamb is going to be fantastic, and I'm sure Michael's going to love this recipe. All right, I want to keep it really simple. Let's honour how good this lamb is, what a wonderful creature it was, and how well it's been farmed and looked after. All right, lamb. It's still on the bone, and that's going to give it more juiciness. All I want to do is a little bit of olive oil on top like that. I want to get this fresh rosemary, and I just want to sprinkle it on top. Now I could put it in the flesh, but I don't want that to happen. I just want it on top so it gets a little bit of flavour into the meat. Salt, pepper. Now this beautiful piece of meat is going to go into an oven at 140 degrees, and I'm going to leave it in there for the minimum, the very, very bare minimum of 3 hours. So it's going to be really slow cooked and it's going to be beautiful. I'm going to go off now. I'm going to pick some veggies and get it ready for dinner time. Dinner time. Ooh.
Dinner time.
All right, so let's get it in the oven. Watch your fingers. Watch your fingers. So I've popped out on this lovely winter's day. Grab a couple of my beautiful eggplants. Here's one, look at him. Beautiful eggplant we're going to roast off with our lamb. So I'm going to take 2 of those. Look at that, there's a nice capsicum there. One. What do you reckon, that one, Larry? Hang on, don't pull it. So, thanks mate, there's another capsicum. And last but not least, I want to grab a couple of these bullhorn peppers, and they're going to be really sweet. Grab one more, yellow one. I think that'll be enough. Ah, that one as well, why not? So there we go, some nice vegetables for our slow cooked spring lamb. Yum, we're going to roast them up now. So there is our amazing roast vegetables all ready to go for the oven. Now, I want to show you over here. I've got some beef stock over here, which I'm reducing down, which is going to be our gravy. So our lamb has been in the oven for about 4 hours. Now, I'm going to open it up and show you. Ready? Here we go. Oh yeah. Let's get in there and have a good look. And that is all nice. You can see down here, it's really soft. Ready to come out. Let's get these vegetables into the oven. Okay, close the door. Now we want to cook those 200 degrees for about half an hour so they're crispy and tasty and yummy all on the outside. Now, we're going to get back to this lamb. We want to really wrap it in some nice foil to keep the moisture in, and that's going to soften up over the next half an hour while the veggies are ready to cook. Alright, here's our nice big piece of foil. Here's our lamb. Let's get him right across here. Okay, beautiful. And we'll see this leg bone here, which is quite loose. We'll be able to pull him off, and we'll just sit him in next to there so it gets juicy. Okay. Wrap it up into a nice parcel. And there you have it, it's wrapped up. We're going to leave him sit there for a good half an hour. Our gravy, look at our gravy here. You can see it's reduced right back down to that line there. And it's really, if we do that, look at that. She's thickened on the back of my spoon. Oh, that's really good. Okay, let's have a look at our meat. And you can see in there, you can see it's kind of moist again in there. So we're going to rip that off the bone in a minute, but now we're going to open up the veggies. Here we go. Oh. Look at that, some nice roast veggies in there. Did you fog up again? I think you did. Nice veggies, you can see in here, there's our little eggplants that have gone really nice and crispy in there. We've got our onions, it's all really nice. Let's get serving. Come off the bone, look at that. That is beautifully cooked, slow lamb. I'm gonna try that bit. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's serve this before I eat it all. Our lovely veggies. Let's put a little bit in the centre of the plate. Our nice eggplants there, our capsicums, all our yummies. A nice piece of lamb on top. Look at that. Nice reduced jus in there. Put a little bit on top. Go. Yeah, looks great. We'll get a little bit of these lovely herbs here. Now that's a bit of oregano and a little bit of Italian basil. Let's just sprinkle it around. And it's just to give it a little bit of zing. Here we go. Make it look a little bit spunky. And there we go. Mr. Michael Attard has requested a slow roasted Attard lamb from Riddles Creek with beautiful veggies from the garden, and that is one of the best meals you will ever find.
We're gonna eat.
Hard work. Now, for many, many years, us people here at Food to Eat, all the gang together, we've been collectively trying to put our brains trust together to work out what exactly a Jedi eats. Well, we've finally worked it out. It's taken years of research, years and years of government and university funding. We've worked it out right here and now what a Jedi Knight eats. Right, guys, and this is what it is. It is a massive chuck steak. That's right, the biggest, most beautiful chuck steak you could imagine. Right, let's get him on. You can see my little mate R2 here. He's been cooking for a couple of hours and she's red hot. We've got the big Fonty cast iron love handle pan cracking along on R2-D2. We're ready to go. All right, a big beautiful chuck steak. You might think, why would a Jedi have a chuck steak as opposed to a porterhouse or a Scotch fillet or an eye fillet? Well, great question, glad you asked. Look at all those beautiful lines. Now a Jedi, he's fighting guys all day long. He needs energy. He's got fat in here, he's got the meat, he's got shitloads of protein, and look how thick it is. That's a Jedi steak. All right, guys, we've put beautiful oil on him, olive oil, hot fry pan straight on the R2, cook. Yeah. So our beautiful pan is sizzling away in there. Cracked black pepper. Jedis love that. They love the real zing in it, you know. Good bit of pepper. Because they like to meditate and they're up in the mountains, they use the Force. I've got some Force pink Himalayan salt. Go. And Jedis like it salty. Go. All right. So we let that sit now for about 5 minutes. R2's going to keep going with his little electric prongers, cooking that little steak. We'll come back in 5 minutes and we'll flip her over. We're back. 20 minutes. The smell of Jedi steak is running all around this place. It's fantastic. Look at him now. 20 minutes in, this beautiful big chuck steak is grilling beautifully. The fat is really starting to render down. It's time for the flip. All right, go. Look at that. Something Obi-Wan Kenobi would be proud of. That is awesome. All right, let's give him another 20 minutes. We're going to come back. We're going to serve this Jedi steak. Yeah. So we're back. The steak has been going for 20 minutes. Oh, hello. Hello, there's a dog in my lens. Chewbacca. Anyway, the steak's been going for 20 minutes. The Force is strong with this steak. Look at this. 20 minutes. This chuck steak, you can see all the fat in there. I'm going to get out of the smoke because it's going to burn my head off. And she's hot. And she's ready to go. Now, the trick with a Jedi steak is they love them juicy. So, let's get them out of the beautiful Fonty pan. Here we go. Over she goes. There's our awesome steak. All right, we want to put a little bit of olive oil. All those beautiful juices are going to come out on the pan. Now, all we want to do as a Jedi to get these guys really excited after being killing Sith Lords all day is to literally get all those juices flowing and flavour. All right, don't know about you, but I was a Jedi Knight. I would love to have some hot chili sauce. Yeah, get it all over the top there. Yeah, get it really hot. You know, Obi-Wan Kenobi would want it to go on. Help you, I will. And that's exactly what the chili sauce will do. All right, here we go. Beautiful Canadian maple syrup. Imported from Canada. All right, here we go. Maple syrup, yeah. This is what Jedi does. This is what Jedi Knights want to eat. All right, here we go. Let's throw a little bit more pepper. Get it around, get it around, get it around, get it around. All right. Some of that beautiful mind-thinking Jedi stuff. Bit of salt. All right, love it. All right. We want to go a little bit of butter. You know, if I was a Jedi, I think butter would be like gold. Let's get a bit of butter on there, just so he melts down over the top of all that beautiful steak. Oh, yeah. Oh, the force is strong in this steak. All right, there we go. I'll put that back there. All right. Last little thing, you know, they want to look after themselves. They want to be strong. They want to have energy. A little bit of sage from the garden. Let's rip it off. Put it over there. You know, they can't pretend that they're vegetarians or anything, but a little bit of sage sort of helps them out, you know, a little bit of flavour. There we go, that's beautiful. And that there, ladies and gents, could well be the most amazing Jedi steak you could ever have.